Ben from Snowy's here, folks. We've set up a couple of the Coleman Instant Up tents here today to have a look at them, go through their features. What we thought we might do is show you a pack down video. They all pack up pretty much the same way. I'm going to show you the Instant Up 6 PV Dark Room tent in the Gold Series range. The 10 person, the 4 person, they all pack up in a similar manner. The benefit is that the bags that Coleman supply with these bags, if you just take a little bit of time to fold the fabrics the right way, they do actually fit in the bags pretty easily. So I'm going to get started. We've already taken this awning down for you. So we've got the poles, you go back in the bag. So what I'm going to start with is taking the fly off. We'll put that aside. Take down the interior of the tent first. We've got it set up on a ground sheet, so it'll be nice and dry. It's a little bit wet here today, so I'll try and get it back in the bag without too much mud and dirt all over it. So let's get started. I'll show you how it's done. So that's the fly off. I'm going to put this aside for now in the car on a table out of the dirt somewhere. I'll fold it later once we've cleared some space on the ground sheet here. I've left the pegs in the corners of the inner tent. Not so prevalent today because it's calm, but when it's windy you want to make sure whatever you're not tending to is anchored down, otherwise it's going to end up in someone else's campsite. So I'm going to put this aside and we'll take the inner down. So first thing we do is release the poles. They've all got a little clip here, which you may have seen when we set these up previously. So we just release each of those, the frame will collapse down. Once the pegs are out, if we reverse the knuckles backwards, then fold them back upon themselves, we end up with this kind of little teepee look of things. And then we just got to bring it all back together. But when we do this, rather than just squashing the fabrics together, we'll try and fold these so they're flat. If we do that, it's going to roll much easier and fit back in the bag easier. This fabric's always going to be a little bit bunched up. I can feel the poles end about here, so I've folded this bit over so that it's going to be the same length as the bag. We're just taking that little bit of extra time to fold these bits up. Like I said, it makes it easier to fit into the bag. So we'll roll this up now. So that's the main tent, the pegs, the poles, the doormat. I haven't put the fly in yet, but as you can see, it went in really easily. There's still heaps of space in here. I'll grab the fly and fold that up. It can be a little bit trickier, but I'll show you how I do it. So the fly can be the trickiest to fold because it's kind of three-dimensional and we're trying to get it flat. If we spend a bit of time folding it flat, once again, it's going to fit in the bag easier, plus it looks after the fabrics a bit better. What I like to try and do is fold it in half lengthways. So I've got to kind of find a common point or a stitching point on each end and then kind of lay it down in half. First thing I do is find, in this instance, there was a door at each end. So I'll try and find the doors at each end on the center points of those doors and fold it in half from there. That looks pretty good, I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, it's not always dead flat, but I've got my bag sitting here as a reference point. So now I just need to fold it as neatly as I can to try and get it the same width as the bag so we can lie it back in there. Usually start with folding the ends in, trying to make a square or a rectangle if we can. It's the easiest shape to work with. So I squeezed all the air out. We're well within the length of our bag there, and that's going to fit nice and easily back in. And that's how you pack up an Instant Up tent. Thanks for watching, guys.